Well, welcome to Rainmakers Roundup. Good morning. I'm Mark Iorio, your host, and with me is Stella Fox. Give me some skin, girl. I love her. Business coach, high caliber solutions.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. I love your business. You know, I can't really say on the air I love you, but I really like you a lot. You're a great person.
Well, I love on people, so we try to make it work that way.
Yeah,
So,
I know. Tell me how you started this business. It's a really fascinating business. I want everyone out there to listen to this because this is what life's all about.
I'm living proof that you can luck into your dream job. So if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, and still don't know what you want to do when you grow up, you're in good company. I happened to be doing an internship for a Chamber of Commerce in Washington State, and happened to luck into running into a business coach, and he was looking for a business admin. And so I'd reached the point where I was on the fence about starting my own company or whether or not I was gonna join this guy. And so as we go through the process, I was like, man, like if this is the way that you do business, I'm gonna be here forever. Like I don't know what you're doing on the other side of that wall, but like that's where I need to be. Like that's my jam, so.
I love it.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is you're dealing with people with
problems. People with people problems.
Yeah.
So whether or not you're a Fortune 500 CEO or whether or not you're a solo entrepreneur, everybody has the same issues.
Exactly, like dealing with people with toxic personalities. How do you do?
Therapy. Therapy is good. We highly recommend that. But also above and beyond that, just learning to control your own emotions and learning to understand when somebody else's negative personality or negative mindset is a boundary, right? And then like making sure that you're doing your best to protect your own energy, your own direction, your own career, where you're going from there, and what that looks like.
Why do you think people tolerate people in their inner circle with toxic personalities?
We could go into that for years, but at the end of the day, it boils down to, I think what most people find is that they don't know not to.
Yeah.
They aren't trained not to. They either weren't raised by people who had coping skills or communication skills and didn't know how to communicate appropriately. And then also when they got into business, they were being mentored by people who might not also have those skills. And so then it's a perpetual cycle. And so you have to be paying attention to it. You are not always naturally born with it. It is a skill set that you must build. So if you're going to get to the table, I want you to make sure that you're not just empowered to get to the table. I want you to know what to do once you get there. And what that looks like. Yeah.
You talk a lot about building confidence and understanding how you can become more confident. And a lot of it has to do with competence, right? Talk about that, Stella, because I think that's a critical aspect.
Well, for a lot of people, people have this belief that confidence is skin tight and feels really good and fits like your favorite pair of jeans. And in the beginning, it never fits that way. It's either too big or too small or the wrong size entirely or the wrong color. You know what I mean? If we're using it in the reference of a pair of clothing. But at the end of the day, it starts with being vulnerable with beginning, with starting, with being a student, with starting at the beginning. And most people get really comfortable at being at the top of their game or stay in their own little bubble, and they're not willing to branch out above that, beyond that. And so if you can teach yourself to constantly be pushing the edge of your own comfort level and constantly be taking on events or activities that put you a little outside your comfort zone, you begin to build your competency in different realms, and thus over time your confidence in it.
Yeah. So do you think it's that people are afraid of failure, but they're also afraid of success? And I try to paint a picture for the audience of what failure of success might look like.
Oh my goodness. I've been in my career for, I'm going to use bankers as a prime example. I've been in my career for 30 years, and now I really feel like I want to do something different, but I don't, right? I feel like I don't have enough resources. I don't feel like I have enough people of influence, and enough directions, ways to build it, or a directly laid out plan that a lot of people want to feel secure and safe when they're making new decisions because they're all uncomfortable. And so fear of success is, oh my God, what happens if they see me all at once? Oh my God, what happens if everybody wants to come to me right this second? Well, that's not how it works. You got to build it. Momentum takes time to build. But they're afraid, for women, a lot of women deal with the fact that I'm afraid of being successful because I'm afraid of what it will mean in the consequences of me going home. Am I going to be more successful than my partner? Am I going to be losing my attention from my children or for my other priorities, my family that I want to be a part of? So, yeah.
Yeah, they're anticipating something that's going to happen.
That hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet. Let it go. Let it come to you.
Anxiety is killing you. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fear of failure is, I mean, obviously you know kind of what that means, but just explain what people go through when they think of failing.
Fear of failure often turns into anxiety day in and day out. It's the ever-present, oh my gosh, the bad guy music's playing all the time and I know that I'm not going to do it right. And so you're setting yourself up for failure. You're literally praying for the worst thing to happen to you. And so we aren't taught how to address that. We're not taught how to manage that. Anxiety is a bully. It tells you that it's 10 feet tall and bulletproof, but it's really a paper inch thick and you could put your finger through it if you were just brave enough to do that. So it gets right up in your face and blocks out everything.
Is that like things are going so well, I feel so good about things, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop?
In your head, it's going to tank. No, why?
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason. FYI, I hate to break it to you, nothing's logical or rational. Sorry, it's not. We're irrational people. We try to be logical. We try to find a reason. But at the end of the day, if we understand the emotions are valid and real, you're just being illogical. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's move past it. Let's manage it. Let's figure out a way to kind of breathe through that. It shouldn't stop you from doing the things that you want to do. It shouldn't stop you from living your fullest and best life ever. It shouldn't stop you from writing your book or starting a business or raising a family or whatever.
Right, whatever it is. Yeah. What do you think some of the biggest obstacles facing adults are today in the workplace and then personally, Stella?
Oh my goodness. I think the hard part of it is self-doubt. We aren't always sure that we can. And I know that women feel this really strongly. Men do. Men are struggling to find their place, especially with how the news that you see on the news about what's happening currently in the environment.
Yep.
Look, there are wonderful, amazing people out there who love you, who want to see you succeed, who want to help you do the things that you need to do. You need to find those people.
Yeah.
And those are your people. And if you're currently surrounded by people who are not wanting you to win, who aren't clapping for you when you go down, they're not your tribe. Get out. Right? Like go find some. It's not disloyal to stay. It's not disloyal to want something different. It's not disloyal. It's not a matter of not loving them enough or not wanting to be loved by them. It's just, I want this thing and I want it to be healthy and happy for me, and that must be okay for you. Yeah. And then go off.
And your clients, tell us about your clients. What are they like? They're people from all walks of life,
right? All walks of life. I love medium and smaller. So that's my jam. That's what I really love. And I really love working one-on-one because if time, education, and money weren't a factor, this is exactly what I would be doing. Because I love this. I love getting to learn about people, and I'm a lifetime student myself. And so the people that I'm helping want more confidence. They want to be more bold. They want to be more confident. They want to be more visible, especially in a crowded marketplace. And so, conveniently, I can help you with that. Excellent. Come with me. I know the way. And off we go. So. And
it doesn't matter where they are. I mean, they could be C-suite executives.
So I'm the traveling business coach. I come to you wherever you are. So if you're a C-suite person, if you're a mom sitting at her kitchen table trying to build this dream overnight, whatever that happens to look like for you, even if you've been in business for 50 years, even if you feel like you've gotten through everything and you're competent, you know what you're doing, one of my clients is a business coach. He's a mentor to me. I think the world of him. But he's coming to me because there's something that I have that he doesn't. And that's what we contribute to the world. This is how we love on others, is helping others do what they need to do. And so for me, mine's enthusiasm and confidence and helping people build that. And if along the way you want technical skills about how to do X, Y, and Z, we'll absolutely help you do that.
Yeah, and again, people think that it's students coming out of college or people in their late 20s or early 30s just trying to break through the glass ceiling or whatever. It's everyone, right?
No, and more importantly, for people who are looking at possibly changing career fields or possibly looking to go to the next level in their career, we want to be talking to them. We want to be making sure that they're as equipped as they can be for whatever the next thing is for them. But we also want to make sure that they're happier in what they do. I'm not here to get you to the next level in your business if you're not home in time for dinner. right?
Yeah,
if
right,
you're not home
exactly.
in time for soccer games. Like, that's not how we're doing it. That's the wrong way of doing business.
Yeah.
I understand that business, because of technology, has allowed us to go 24/7, but humans as individuals are not 24/7 people.
Yeah.
So we want to build lives that are sustainable for everybody.
Absolutely,
And so
yeah.
whatever success looks like to you, it's a different definition for everybody.
Yeah.
If you want to be a ballerina, I'm going to coach you to be a ballerina. If along the way we decide you're not fit to be a ballerina, hopefully by then we'll have enough information about you to get you on a more sustainable path. So.
Exactly. So, you know, going back to, and we haven't talked about this, but going back to Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you know, when you look at people as a whole, you just said it a minute ago, and I love this about you, because if you're not home for dinner on time, that's your family life. You have to balance everything in life, right?
What are you doing this for?
Right.
What are you doing this for? I mean, for
Right.
a lot of people, they're chasing, you know, the next marker, the next house, the next car, the next thing. Okay. But you're not. You're doing that for people. You're doing that because of the people that you're surrounded by. If you're not there to enjoy it, what good is it?
Yeah.
And if you get hit by a bus today, you didn't get to enjoy the stuff you were working for.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, you're right. We're going to come back right after this commercial message. Perfect. I want to ask you, we're going to talk a little bit more about the lack of confidence that people have, employees have in the workplace, and why, what they can do about that.
Sure.
We're going to be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Shelter dogs aren't broken. They've simply experienced more life. If they were human, we would call them wise. They would be the ones with tales to tell and stories to write, the ones dealt a bad hand who responded with courage. Do not pity a shelter dog. Adopt one.
Say we've got grit, and we'll take it as a compliment. Because it's our uncommon drive, our spark within, that brings us together and sets us apart. We are temple made. And when others take shortcuts, when others take breaks, when others take the easy way, we take charge.
Add us on social media to watch bloopers, behind-the-scenes footage, previews, and more.
I work 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. So when I'm off the clock, I gotta get stuff done. So when I need a snack, I need something healthy, tasty, and easy to eat. Like wonderful pistachios without the shells. They're protein-powered, delicious, and great on the go. And that's perfect for me. Thanks, Liz. A woman without a lot of time.
Whether you're a gourmet cook or just want to eat like one, visit Rostelli Market Fresh, your home for the freshest, locally sourced ingredients to please everyone who loves great food. Our organic meats, quality seafood, and free-range poultry are cut fresh to order. Chefs create culinary-inspired prep foods made fresh every day, which pair nicely with our vast selection of fine wines and spirits. Choose from handmade pastas, artisan cheeses, organic produce, and grocery items, all from the finest purveyors. Rostelli Market Fresh, from our family to yours.
RVN TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo.
Welcome back to Rainmakers Roundup. I'm your host, Mark Iorio. I'm with Stella Fox. Stella is a business coach for high caliber solutions. I just want to make that a point. High caliber, 50 cal.
Standards, high standards. Well, we cater to everybody.
Absolutely. I see. This is the what we're talking about is kind of the essence of human behavior and how people can have to deal with lack of confidence and overcoming confidence issues and building competence and things of that sort. Why do you think employees just generally lack confidence in the workplace?
A lot of it comes into either possibly lack of training, or it also comes into the fact that they may not feel safe in their current environment. And so
safe how?
Safe, as in the expression of ideas or the expression of coloring outside the lines.
Oh, okay.
We
I got
are
it.
fearful of raising that kind of attention.
There you go.
So if you work in an organization, a big organization tends to have this, if you understand that only 5% of the population will ever be pleased with everything you do, and you understand that 5% of the population will never be pleased with anything you do, right, regardless of change, right? Like, we know that we can safely influence 90% of them to be productive and responsible members of the organization and do what they need to do.
Yep.
Whether or not they're dealing with absenteeism, which is always an issue, but you're also dealing with presenteeism. We are here, but we are not here. We
not
are
engaged.
here, but we are not checked in, right? We're not committed to the vision. We're not committed to what we're doing.
Yep.
At that point in time, you want to look at the organization as a whole. Is this a systematic problem from leadership down, from the top down? Because let's face it, we've got to look at that. That's a real problem. We have leaders who are in positions they shouldn't be in, who have been promoted for reasons they shouldn't have been. It happens. Like, this is part of the conversation. I'm not your best friend, I'm your business coach, that's different. And so talking about through this, you may have people who are confident and are courageous and are willing to do what it takes and are team players who are willing to give their left arm to get it done, just not for you.
Right.
Right. So, like, what is it? And can you be brave enough to look at that as an organization and understand that that's what it is?
Yeah. Well, when you get, if you're in an organization, you said the environment or the culture in the organization is such that if I continue to bring up ideas and I get shot down constantly, why am I going to continue to do that?
Yeah.
So when you, as a business coach, what do you tell someone like that?
At the end of the day, it comes into finding out whether or not you're going to find happiness there.
Right.
Find different happiness there.
Yeah.
Or find happiness somewhere else.
Right.
And there's no right or wrong answer. There's no time frame for anybody. Everything is different. It's all dependent on the individual as a whole.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if the people that you're working for aren't invested in you, why on earth would you continue to be invested in them?
Right.
And if your function in your job description is to be creative and to offer new ideas and new suggestions, leadership's job is to honor that and listen to it and implement those things.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be both bottom up and top down. So
right, but going into an organization, you have to find out what that fit is, right, Stella? It's if you're going into an organization and you know that, let's say they're not really known for innovation, their culture is not known for innovation, and you get a job there, and then you're an idea person. You're always coming up with new ideas. New ways of doing things. It's not a good fit.
Unless you're at the top of the company, it's not a good fit. Or unless you're supported by the top of the company,
right,
who are allowing you to implement change and be innovation.
That's something you have to find out, right?
Yeah, and so one of the examples that I could absolutely give you is the wrong people in the wrong seats on the bus. And for that example, there's a local service provider here in town that I go to every couple of weeks to go have a service done. And they have the wrong person at the front counter. Well, we've talked about this. Like, every time I come in here, like, this is the same person. And it's not just me. Like, there's a whole group of people who are your customers talking about this one individual.
Yeah.
We have a problem. And if you allow that to continue, it's your responsibility as the manager or leader in the organization to address it. And if you don't, it's not that person's fault. It's your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your client's fault that they're beginning to have a negative experience. They're telling you what the experience is. You're choosing not to acknowledge it.
Exactly, yeah.
And communication, let's face it, is not always talking. It's a whole lot of listening.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't do enough of that. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not better than anybody else at this. But the truth is that listening and making sure that you are hearing the information that's being provided to you would be game-changing.
God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right?
Yeah. Well, in marriage therapy, I'm divorced, right? I went to marriage counseling. I tried to get it all figured out, and I would sit down with my marriage counselor, and I'd be telling her all the things that my ex-husband was doing that he should fix.
Yeah.
She was all like, "Cool. Did you listen to anything that he said?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did. It doesn't matter, right? Like, that's the wrong answer, right?"
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, I
love business.
Yeah, right. Just keep listening, but do something about it. Do some active listening, right?
Well, active listening. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, and it's good eye contact, we don't teach that anymore.
No.
In addition to, let me make sure that I understood what you told me, and then paraphrasing what they say.
Yeah.
If they, at that opportunity, it's your responsibility to make sure you got the message correctly.
Yep.
If they do not correct you and they're like, yep, that's it, that's exactly what I said for you, that their function in communicating information to you is done. They've done their part.
Right.
Now it's your responsibility to implement it.
Yep.
So responsibility on both sides, making sure that you're communicating the information correctly and then also making sure that it is being received correctly.
Received, right. Why do you love what you do so much?
Oh, 9,000 things. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite.
Well, we don't
thing.
have we don't have time for 9,000
things.
things.
So to watch somebody who isn't sure about what they're doing and isn't sure what the direction is of their organization or their individual life, where they're going next, right?
Yeah.
I'm stuck here and I don't know how to get out of here.
Yeah.
And then to watch them develop this bright personality when they're finally doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And they're finally feeling confident and good about it. And they're finally shining in the way that you're on this planet to do, right? Like, oh, there's nothing better. Absolutely nothing better. It is my very favorite thing.
Yeah.
And then the good thing is if we can teach people to be healthy, happy, and whole, right? And happy with peace on the inside.
Sure.
That ripples across generations and countries. It goes everywhere. It's better for the entire world to be here. And it makes you a better citizen.
It impacts their home life as well.
Everything.
They go home, right? They're happier at home. They're happier at work. They're
You're
more
raising better kids.
Better kids, right? They're more productive at work, right?
Yeah.
How are you out there finding new business?
I kind of do it a little bit of the new-fashioned way and a little bit of the old-fashioned way.
All right,
so
tell us about
I'm
that.
Real big on social media. I'm on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. Those are the three places that I like to be.
Yeah.
That's also where my clients tend to be. But also, I'm very analog and old school, so I do go to networking events. You absolutely should join your local Chamber of Commerce, Burlington County. Love it. Regional Chamber of Commerce is who I immediately joined when I got here. And as the traveling business coach, I have to move every 2 years because we're military. And so my very first, I know how to do this. Walk into a room, who's your best networker? I want to talk to that guy, right? And then, okay, who are your best networking events? Where should I spend my time? Where are the best places to go? I'm not here to go to every networking event on the planet. I'm not here to be seen by everybody here in town. I only want to spend time with people who are looking to help other people win.
Right.
And if that's where you're at, that's where I'll be.
That's great.
And so that's how we go.
Yeah. What has inspired you over the years, and who's inspired you over the years?
Well, I'm currently listening to Brene Brown's Daring Greatly.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge fan of reading. I don't get to read as much as I used to, so I do a lot of audiobooks in the car for my commute.
Yep.
And that book, honestly, everybody should read it. Another one happens to be Fierce Conversations, and so a lot of this has been trial and error, bumping up against things that were uncomfortable, bumping up with things that I didn't do well, that I was accused of not doing well at all, you know, just that whole process, and being okay with me, being okay with my process, being okay with my race, being okay with where I'm supposed to be, and then knowing that I'm going to win. All I just need to do is have enough time to get that done.
Absolutely.
So, and it's inspiring to be surrounded by good people who want to love other people, want to help other people win. I have a really great support network at home. My boyfriend's amazing.
Cool.
And then the tribe of people that I found here and everywhere I go, really, I couldn't say enough about it. And yeah.
That's great. And you have clients all over the country.
Yeah. So one of my greatest achievements to date, as far as I'm concerned, last year I got to be a guest speaker for NABO, National Association of Women Business Owners annual conference.
That's
so
awesome.
I flew back to Spokane and got to have a big whole, got to be a part of that, and it was a beautiful time. And
That's great.
So I love it. Have car, will travel.
Well, I have loved having you on this show. You've been amazing.
Thank
I
you.
love your energy. I love what you do. I love your business approach. I really do.
We're here to love on people.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for
You're
having
welcome.
me. Yeah.
Can you tell everyone how to get in touch with Stella Fox?
On social media, it's at Stella Fox, at Coach Stella Fox, and that'll take you to Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And you're welcome to reach out to me on email at stella@highcalibersolutions.co.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a wrap for Rainmakers Roundup. She's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Call her.
I'll come back.
Call her, please. Or look her up. Her phone number's in there somewhere. But that was a great interview with Stella. Have a great week, everyone. Be safe. We'll see you next week on Rainmakers Roundup.